In today's episode of Coaster Spotlight, we are featuring one of the craziest and most intricate Intamin Blitz multi-launch coasters I have ever seen. It is absolutely remarkable and has a very beautiful aesthetic as well. This coaster's track length is over 1.6 kilometers long, almost 3 minutes in duration, max speeds of 64 miles per hour, tons of airtime, and 5 inversions. This is absolutely an episode you don't want to miss out on, so stay tuned. And let's get into it. Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny5 Alive here, and welcome back to another episode of Coaster Spotlight. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at Hunyadi, created by Liam. And here they say, Hunyadi is an Intamin Blitz coaster set deep in the forests of a long-forgotten kingdom. In an old weathered castle lives the brooding count named Hunyadi. Tales tell of him being quite vile and wicked, and even being afraid of the light. Do you have what it takes to survive until dawn? Dive through craggy rocks, soar over steep spires, and tame dried riverbeds to escape Hunyadi. Ride information best ridden at 9 p.m. Ride and track view for the smoothest experience. Enable provided reshade preset to view as intended. Pre-recorded POV is included if needed. They didn't submit a POV though. I don't want to take their POV off of YouTube because there's chances of copyright strikes and all that stuff, even though they gave permission here, unless they hand delivered me a file and said, I would like you to use this, and I have that kind of written down. I don't want to do that. However, I will provide a link to their original, experience with their reshade settings and whatnot. I have an issue downloading other people's reshade settings with my reshade, and I have an issue giving people my reshade settings. So something's very unique about mine, but I did try to replicate their reshade as close as possible. However, in the B-roll, we're looking at things at daytime because I think it's a little bit more visually clear to see things for the presentation. But we'll definitely give this a ride at, 9 p.m. as suggested, as well as my daytime. So why don't we get right to it? This creator did put a lot of fog into theirs, and I didn't turn the fog off for daytime because I thought it looked so cool. So this is kind of what it looks like without the fog. I'll turn it back on when we go to night, but I kind of want to explore this little area at daytime because we can see things a little bit closer. When we start to walk the queue and ride the coaster, we'll switch it to night, and we'll also have a look at things during the daytime. But this coaster is extremely intricate. As mentioned, it has a very long duration. With all that track length, it means this coaster is going to go in and out of itself. I believe this is the queue, if I'm not mistaken, but I definitely want to walk around the park because they said it's like a forgotten kingdom, and I definitely get the feels of that. There's this cool little castle in the middle. What you did with these castle walls and pillars, it looks really cool. There's some rubble and debris. The aesthetic is really cool. I definitely feel that old kingdom vibe going on here, and just the amount of rock work, terrain work, scenery, foliage, it's just jaw-dropping. It's really a work of art. Absolutely beautiful. Look at this coaster. It has so much track length, and all of that down below, it's passing over itself, through itself, under bridges, through little cave systems. It's fantastic. I mean, look at it from this angle. Beautiful castle, giant bridgeway here. It's really mesmerizing. Even what you did with the paths and custom woodwork all along, allowing the guests to traverse and walk around these areas, so we get the sense of being underneath the coaster, getting some really cool perspectives of it there. It's phenomenal. Really, really well done. It's just, it makes for a really fun park tour, and this is what I would like to see in anyone watching that intends on submitting a coaster spotlight in the future. Try to replicate this, where not only did you just make a coaster, make it a park file. In fact, a lot of people have submitted blueprints, but there's a 4,000 piece limit on blueprints. And while blueprints are great because you could share them with the rest of the community, they can download them and put them in your parks, what I highly recommend doing is making your blueprint and then saving that and sharing that with the community but then putting it into a park, getting your pathing just right, put down some scenery and doodads, and integrate it as we see here. But this could never be a blueprint because the integration is really insane. And this, to me, is my personal favorite type of coaster spotlight, where we can quite literally, oh, this is probably the exit, and this is the entrance here. Or maybe not, that might just be a bridgeway. We might have to go check that out in a sec. But yeah, this is my personal favorite types of coaster spotlight because it allows the creators to just keep adding, keep adding, keep adding, and there's just no end to the details and complexity. So you can make the coaster as sprawling, as explorative as you want it to be without the constraints of parts. Because afterwards, when you're going to go theme it, you are limited to how many pieces you have, and that means if you're making a blueprint coaster, it has to be quite small. Not the case here, because it's basically a quote-unquote park. And I really love that. So the creators can just create some beautiful vistas, some amazing, gorgeous viewpoints, and you get some really good results out of that. So we will switch it to the 9 p.m. I guess I could just go 8:55, and then we'll turn our fog back on to kind of replicate what they had in their trailer. Somewhat similar to this, maybe a little bit heavier on the fog, but it's pretty close. I would say this looks pretty good. Like, if we look at what default Planet Coaster looks like, is this. My reshade settings is definitely bringing it one step closer to what they had intended. So this one is about to launch, so why don't we take a look at the stats here of Hunyadi? Hunyadi, am I saying that right, guys? There's the duration, there's this track length, everything that you need to see is right there. We're going to jump on into this. They said track view is best, so we're going to start with that. Let's get to it. Wow, freaking wee! Oh my good googly moogly. I have not been on an amazing Intamin Blitz like that in a very, very long time. That is extremely exciting. I want to give this a ride, a couple more rides. That one's about to take off, so why don't we switch it back to the, what was it? 7:55 a.m. No, I think it was 9:55 a.m. And I'm gonna leave the fog on, and then we'll do one last one without the fog in a different perspective. But for this one, we will do the train that's about to launch. So 3 trains running on this, and we'll do seat views so we get that rider's perspective. And then last, we'll do a bit of a chase with the fog turned off. absolutely stunning. Okay, let's try this again once more with the fog turned off, and then we'll do a bit of a chase view here. Probably a look forward at the back, and then if I just jump ahead to the next train, we should be ready and set. Beautiful atmosphere once again. This is absolutely mind-blowing. Well done. Marvelous. Love everything about it. Let's take a look at it from the bird's eye view. What an intricate masterpiece. I also definitely recognize the name Liam. I'm sure they've been featured on the channel before. Definitely a Discord member, if I'm not mistaken. I do recognize the name. I feel like I've featured this creator several times, and this is a work of art. Again, I really love what you did with the aesthetic, and I'm gonna make a really complicated Intamin Blitz that just takes you around a beautiful, I guess it's beautiful, but also dilapidated. it's charming. You know, the medievalness that you put into this old abandoned kingdom. It has a very unique aesthetic. I think you achieve that with these multicolored tiles, all hand placed individually, custom woodwork on top. These are just not standard pieces that you get in Planet Coaster. All of these trims, doodads, little undulations and pieces are all custom made, as this one pillar here is 400 pieces. The roof cap is 300 pieces. I mean, this is thousands of pieces to make something with this aesthetic. This is an aesthetic that you don't normally see in Planet Coaster because it's all custom done. And you can see that, you can feel that. It has that unique charm. As soon as you open it up, I was like, wow, this is something I want to ride, take a closer look at, and you delivered on every level. The coaster layout itself was phenomenal, smooth, very complicated. It's definitely a 6 out of 5 for me. This goes above and beyond my expectations of what I expect from a coaster spotlight. I am running out of words and breath. Well done, Liam. Wow, what did you guys think of this coaster? Fire away down in the comments below. I can't wait to see more coasters like this. There's so many things sitting in the inbox, guys, and if you want to be featured on the channel, links are down in the description below. Get your stuff submitted. Come join us on the Discord community. If you want to, hey, throw some support this way, we have a Patreon too. Check that out. All that good stuff. Appreciate everything. Even you guys leaving a like and a comment. Definitely helps a lot. Boom. So there it is. That was from Liam. It was Hunyadi. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Probably not. And that's going to do it for this episode of Coaster Spotlight. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.